I think that Dr. Joe, as everybody's calling him, he's hit the ground running. He's made himself accessible to everybody, students, faculty, staff, administrators. He's going 100 miles an hour to try to learn more about Southern, to listen about what the needs are of Southern. And I expect him in a year to have moved this university, starting to move it to the next level. It's a great university, great students, it's a great campus, new buildings, and now we all need to come together as a team to move to the next level, and I fully expect him to do that. I traveled around initially at all 17 campuses, but I continue to go to campuses and to meet with students. As a matter of fact, I was telling somebody the other day that I have random conversations with students at my gym, for example. They know who I am, they approach me, and we have conversations, not in an official setting. I think it hit me after I had a conversation with one student at my gym, and I'd watched a lot of the rhetoric on television surrounding the current, national debate, not only for president, but the whole police, minority community issues, the violence, the killings, and it struck me that we in higher education need to ensure that our college campuses are a place where this dialogue can take place and needs to take place. I'm encouraging people to do it civilly because I think it's in everyone's best interest to respect everybody else's opinion, especially when you don't agree with it. I mean, that's the hardest thing to do, is to listen to somebody else when you are diametrically opposed to their beliefs. And I want to make sure that people feel safe, not intellectually safe, but physically safe. I think people need to feel uncomfortable when they have these conversations, because it's out of those conversations that we will change what's happening in our state, in our country. And I think college campuses are the best place to have that discussion.
You actually answered one of my questions about national debate, if it was inspired a little on politics. But yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, it started really with Ferguson, and then it went into all of the shootings that happened in Baltimore, and just the unrest and the disconnect, it seems, between the minority community and law enforcement. And then as I watched the national debate around the presidential election, I was struck by the fact that the rhetoric seemed to be about putting people down as opposed to building them up. And so I think our young people, our college campuses are the place that recognize the value of our diversity and celebrate it. And so let's have that conversation on our campuses. Before I reached out to the students, because students were not back on campus yet, I reached out to all of the administrators and the faculty and talked about the same thing, and encouraged them to be leaders in this effort, to lead by example, and to do it in the classroom, to have those discussions as part of their curriculum. I even offered to come to class and have a discussion with students, because we can have this conversation in any sort of classroom setting. It doesn't just have to be about political science or sociology. It can be about the sciences. We can talk about public health. There's a lot of room for this discussion in a lot of curricular areas, and I made that offer to come to campus. So I'm a big believer in liberal education. I mean, I'm a graduate of a liberal arts college with a degree in history. So I value that. And somebody once told me, I think maybe it was John Adams, who said, liberal arts not only prepare you to make a living, but teach you how to live. So we need that liberal arts education, no matter what career path we choose, because we're going to be in a workplace and we're going to have to adapt to that workplace, and there's no better way to learn those skills than through liberal arts education. So liberal arts education, in my opinion, is here to stay, and we need to bolster it on our campuses.